Mr. Gretzky here, 9966, just letting you see another haul I picked up from eBay's mycomicshop.com and a couple other people. So, for no further ado, here is Archie 260. Just love that cover there. It's a 1950s nostalgia party. Here is Archie 327, 422, 434, 435, 436, 438, 439, 614, 615, a Christmas issue, 620, might see that in my top 20, or I might just do a top 10 Christmas, or maybe a top 15 depending on Christmas issues and stuff like that. So here's 620, 624, 625, the Archie's playing. Here's a Kiss cover, 627, 629, more Kiss, 631, Archie and Valerie of Josie and the Pussycats on the cover there. Awesome cover. 639, another Christmas one you might see later down the road. Veronica Christmas in Germany. Might see that one again. Don't know. Here's a Life with Archie. I don't know how those two got mixed in there, but that's Life with Archie there. This is 218. Okay, this is from another. This is from another person. That's why it's different. This is from another eBay, not eBay, but a YouTube seller. Not a YouTube seller, a Facebook seller. That's what it was. I got it off a Facebook group. There, the guy had some stuff, so I bought it from him. And that's 218, 216, 215, 121, 202, and 206. And this is off of eBay. I got this Middleman right here, number, what is it, 7? Yeah, number 7 here. It's the Living Gun. It is an awesome, awesome cover. I just love this cover. That's why I just love Metal Men. I mean, I'm trying to get all the Metal Men from back in the day. I know they repeated some of them, came repeats for a while there and everything, and then started back up again. You know, they canceled it and reran some stuff, but this is pretty much the bulk of it for that half of it and everything. So we'll get to the other half here in a minute. Alright, here's the rest of the issues here. This is Archie, Everything Archie, issue 108, part of that mycomicshop.com's eBay haul. And here is 112 of the same issue, the same series, Everything's Archie. Then there's Archie Girls, Betty and Veronica from 1977 of January, 253 from the same haul. And then Archie and Me number... Actually, it's not even... This one's not even This one's not even part of Archie and Me. It just happens to be part of the giant. For some odd reason, they did this Archie's Giant Series magazine presents Archie and Me, and I guess for some reason, some of these things they say the Archie Giant Series. So I guess they must have been at that time oversized a little bit. So this is 503 or 603. 603. I can't read that far from my glasses. 603. There we go. Then we have Pep 263. Another great winter cover. If we ever do winter scenes, I got a bunch to show off. But like I said, I might do if somebody does a tag video for top Christmas related stuff after the Thanksgiving stuff, and that wants to do one sometime in December. I know we've done one for Halloween, we've done one for Batman, now it's going around. We got a couple others that have gone around, like your top 5 favorite covers, or top 10 favorite covers, what's in the box, kind of the deal. So we're just going to do that. And here's Jughead 202. So I'd be up for that. If you guys want to see some of my top Christmas, I'd probably show off my top 12 days of Christmas kind of deal. I know some people do 24 days of Christmas. I know the Angry Video Game Nerd did his top covers, bad video game covers, worst video game covers for the whole, from like December 1st. I think he did it, one year he did it where he did a 12 countdown for the 12 days of Christmas. Last time he did it for the whole, I think he did it for 24 days of Christmas. I think he did it for the full 24 days. He did 24 of them, I think. And that. But here's Jughead 202. Another Christmas type. I mean, it could be Christmassy. Could not be. It's snowing. So, that's March. So, you know, who knows when they wrote the things back then. And everything. So, January of 76, here's Reggie and Me, 84. Here's, Laugh. 267. 267, Laugh. They're on a Lion Country safari. And everything, so. Then you have Archie's TV, Laugh Out. Some of these didn't last very long, like 83 issues. Like this was number 83, so some of these didn't last very long. They lasted, you know, a few issues here and there, but you don't really see a whole lot of Archie's TV Laugh Outs. You know, maybe some of these books only lasted 100 issues, and they came in and they were on a semi-regular basis. So sometimes you would get, every other month you'd get an issue. You'd get 6 issues, 7, 10, whatever. You'd get 100, within 10 years you might have 100 issues. In 10 years, you might get 10 issues a year, and they missed the other 3 issues. So that's just the way it goes. And here's Archie's TV Laugh Out 89. Some of these books lasted a long time, but Archie probably, in reality, if the actual Archie series and Pep were put on a regular basis, like most comic books were produced, I know in the early days of the Golden Age, there wasn't that much produced. Sometimes, like Wonder Woman was semi-regularly, was probably sometimes produced 8 times a year. Sometimes only got 6 issues in a year. Came out and it was like boom, 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 boom. It was like spring. And they'd get 2 issues in the spring, and you'd get 2 in the summer and 2 in the fall. And you would get 6 issues. and two in winter. And you would get your winter issues. You might get your Christmas special. You know, you might get a Christmas special. You might get a New Year's special. Around February, you might get an issue. So you might get an issue February, April, June. Most of the time with Archie, it went to the, to get back to the haul here, but the Archie books usually would go like February, April, June, August, October, December maybe, and sometimes they might throw in a couple of issues here and there, you know, so you might get 6 to 8 issues, you know, some months. In the Golden Age, that's the way they did things. They didn't produce things all the time, so you would get a biannual book. So you would get a biannual book, would be bi-monthly, and it would be every other month, so you'd get 6 issues of Batman, where you might have, when Batman finally went, you know, Batman or Superman or Action Comics or Detective Comics or whatever, might have went, you know, might have been that way, so you could, then they might have went weekly at some point, you know, like Batman, Superman Weekly went weekly for 40-something issues, you know, pretty much made up for all those biannual weeks, probably those biannual months in the Golden and Silver Age, you know. That's the problem. The Golden Age in through the Silver Age, some of the books still were going bi-weekly, and some didn't even pick up and go weekly, didn't go monthly or going bi-monthly. They weren't even producing a book every week. You know, they were producing Wonder Woman a couple times, you know, 6 to 8 times a year. You know, sometimes you get 10 issues. Sometimes you'd skip a couple of issues. They would throw a couple of issues in. So, that's that. Here's Archie's joke book, number 265. And another Archie's joke book, number 282. You know, Archie had, I don't know how many different titles. I'm only collecting 33 of the titles, of the Archie titles right now. I know there's like Archie at Riverdale High. There's all the new titles. There's all the new ones, like there's Riverdale. There's Archie Volume 3, I think it is now, that they're on. There's, I don't know if they do Pep Comics anymore, but I know it's Archie. There's Betty and Veronica. There was a Reggie and Me, which I collect, so that's part of the 33. But the new ones, they did a mini series of Reggie and Me, a 5-part mini. They're doing a Betty and Veronica. They're doing a Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy meets Betty and Veronica book. That's coming out, I think issue 2 comes out, I think, next week. So I gotta make sure the guy has the book for me. Hangs on to a copy for me. And then the next 3 books that he remembers to get me a copy this time. Because last time they blew it. I told him to get it for me, and I guess the owner sold the copy or something. And the other guy said, yeah, I thought we kept you one. And he goes, no, you kept the wrong one. And that, but they have Josie and the Pussycats. I mean, they have Josie and the Pussycats out. They have Sabrina out, the Teenage Witch. They got updated version of that. They got Afterlife with Archie out. They got Archie. They got Betty and Veronica. That's on sparingly. Should just be canceled. The Betty and Veronica book, because it's like 3 times a year last year. It came out 3 times last year. Or, yeah, between last year and this year, it came out 3 times. You know? And I blame Adam Hughes for that one, but you can go, I can go back. And it's like, he's more worried about the other stuff, you know? If he would just do, if it was just him doing the covers and somebody else doing the interior, or giving Dan the interior work on it, and just saying, here, give it to Dan, the man who basically brought the modern Archie in for the last 20, 25 years. You know, since the 90s came in and made Archie what it is. I would have said, yeah, but Archie, you know, hasn't really been super big. There's a few issues here and there that are dramatically big, but I'm just saying, guys, that's part of the haul there and everything. I'm going to save the other book. I'm going to put that in with my top Batman covers tag that I'm going to do next. I'm going to do a video on that, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to grab those here pretty soon. Maybe to even do a what's in the box and maybe show off a couple of things here and there. So while I organize this stuff and get it put away. So alrighty guys, I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a good one. Bye.